Okay, so this is gonna be really, really different. One, I apologize for the shag. Normally, there's a process that goes into this. I plan out the episode. I write out some things, and then there's a whole process to getting this ready. Cut my hair, shave my beard, do a couple sound checks and all that. But today, I just decided, let's do a video. So, kind of just woke up and here we are. Um, Got a lot of ground to cover. I'm going to try and keep it short, seeing that that's like the number one complaint about my episodes. Um, all right, so let's dive right in. So, I had a very deep conversation last night, actually, which is kind of what inspired this video. There seems to be an epidemic of people who don't want to get married. Well, they're afraid of marriage. I won't say they don't want to get married. They want to get married, but they're afraid of the process of marriage, of the institution of marriage, all the stuff that you go through back and forth with your spouse, everything from planning a family to having children, raising a child, all this stuff. It seems to be a very intimidating concept to getting married. And no, these people aren't called to singleness because they want to get married. God says He will give you the desires of your heart. So if your desire is to get married at some point, you want to get married, you're just afraid of all the stuff that comes with it. Um, to those out there, I say it's not something. Well, first off, the the comment that I hear a lot is that there is no real solid example of a marriage in that person's life. Um, And to that I say, you're not your parents. You're not your mother. You're not your father. You're not your cousin, your uncle, your niece, your nephew. You're you. So you have the responsibility to make certain choices. Um, and in those choices, that will determine the success of your marriage. So don't go by other people's experience. Married people, this goes for you too. Like, a lot of times people take old stuff into their present marriage, and that's not good. Your marriage is unique. Your marriage is different. You have a certain dynamic with that one person. If we already know that each one of us is unique, totally unique just by our fingerprint alone. There's no other Michael Daniel out there. Come on, just imagine the world has two Michael Daniels. It would explode. Um, just because of all the awesome that would be in the earth at one time. So there's only one Michael Daniel fingerprint, and I have the responsibility to make choices that will affect me and those who are in my circle. Um, so everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Um, so don't go by other people's experiences. Don't go by your mom experience or your dad experience, because that stuff will mess you up. Let's face it. Some of us got crazy parents, and some of us got some crazy family members. So why would you base your whole entire man? I just woke up and did this video, didn't I? Why would you base your entire worldview of marriage on people who are not you? They're not you. They're not you. They won't do things the way you do it. Um, so separate yourself out. Separate yourself out from all of them. I mean, those of you who are out there, you know that you're the only person in your family who went to college. Some of you are the only people in your family to own a home. Some of you are the only people in your family to have kids. Um, or have good kids. You're different. You're unique. So Stop basing stuff off other people. And marriages, I I mean, granted, I have a kind of a I'm kind of partial to marriage. Like for instance, me, I've never had a solid example of a marriage until I was 17 years old. Um, my mom raised me and my brother as a single parent. And when I turned 17, she got remarried and to a great, awesome guy, so much so that I call him dad. He's not my stepdad. Um, unless it's some legal institution, no one no one around me calls him my stepdad. He's my dad, period. Because he's an awesome guy. Um, and since then, he and my mom have been the example of a perfect marriage. Um, now, is it perfect? No, but it's the perfect marriage. I mean, I cannot tell you how they finish each other's sentences. They do all that cute crap, um, and they buy each other correlating books from across the country. They're the perfect marriage. Um, and then there are other marriages that I've come to grow and know them kind of from a distance and realize that they're a pretty good marriage too, although their experience is totally different, totally different. Um, I don't have their permission to talk about them, so I won't call their names. But totally different experience from the experience of my mom and dad, and but they're making it work. They Let me tell you, they making it work, y'all. So, um, don't be afraid of marriage. How do you get over your fear of marriage? The same way you get over your fear of anything else. You make that decision. Um, I'm I'm the type of person that I'm the type of person that if I find that I have a weakness or a fear of something, I face it. I face it down. I stare it in the face and I say, "You are not gonna conquer me." I had a fear of heights. I stood up on tall things and stared down until I'm no longer afraid of heights. Um, for those who don't know, I have claustrophobia. Too many people in a small confined space, I tend to get really tense. But I can do it. I can be in that room and go through whatever event it is. I won't be comfortable, but I can do it without freaking out. Um, why? Because I see these fears, I see these things in my life, and I stare them down. So I would tell you guys, pray about it, seek counseling, read books, and stare down this fear of marriage, stare it in the face, and look in the mirror and remind yourself you are worth knowing, you are worth being with, you are worth raising a child with, you are worth going through a life experience with somebody. Um, there's some guy or some girl out there who is dying to meet you, to love you, to have and to hold you till death do you part. There is some guy out there, I promise you. Um, the Bible says that God will give you the desires of your heart. So if you're out there and you're desiring to be married someday, now, no, you're not out there thinking, woe is me, I'm not married. But you're out there, you're living your life, but you know that one day you would like to be married, then guess what? There's somebody out there for you. It just takes time to meet them. Um, Now, no, I'm not saying that there's one person for one person. There are people out there. There are multiple people out there for you to meet. Um, and don't think that he has to be perfect. He or she doesn't have to be perfect. They're going to hurt you. They're going to break your heart. But it's worth going through that experience because once you get past that hurt, you're a stronger family for it. So this is my time, and thank you so much for you guys watching. Please, please, please don't be afraid of marriage, and I love you guys. See you next time. As soon as I figure out how to stop this.